And Oakland is a city of beautiful homes and views, a fine place for living, working, and raising children. But in Oakland's future, as in all larger cities, there is an internal threat, the cancer of housing decay. Almost in the shadow of the City Hall can be found the end result of this disease. The slum, the slum, the slum, the slum, the slum.
We live in the Acorn neighborhood, and the center's in the lower bottom, so about 4 minutes from our house. So it's our neighborhood, it's our community. Very historical parts of Oakland, man. It's just a great, great location for us to be in so that people from around can get to us.
Being in this space is a marking point to maybe 20 years ago when it was like, one day you guys are gonna have a center in the inner city. There's no other city in the United States like Oakland.
We're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay working with youth. We're not gonna climb the ministerial ladder, start as a youth pastor, work your way up to be a senior pastor. No, this is our calling, to work with young people.
Being here is personal. You know what I mean? This is like our neighborhood. We live here, we work here. I didn't show up here and go, oh, let me bring hope and the gospel and all these other great things. No, God, he's already here. And we jumped in and the pieces connected for us to be a part of it.
We're at a center in the Acorn neighborhood, which is just next door to this neighborhood. It was newly remodeled, it was bulletproof, it was a beautiful space. But the management wanted the space for themselves, basically. It just became a really hostile environment for us personally, but hostile towards the youth as well. And we just felt like we couldn't compromise who we are, who Eric and Shawn are, and how we relate to youth and the way we care for people. And so we put in our 2-week notice.
We picked up and we moved ourselves down the street a few blocks to a park where we were at consistently, and a lot of the young people went with us so we could continue to work with them, love on them, and care for them. So a few months of that went by, and we just kept on going, okay, God, we'll stay steady, right? In the basketball court, and we did a lot more sports stuff. Fast forward a couple months, a phone call comes from New York from Jeremy with Thrive Collective. And I'm like, hey, we were wondering if you have a space because here's this opportunity with Clorox. And we're like, please. Clorox had worked with them in a previous season to remodel a building he uses in New York now. And they wanted to do the same thing in their own backyard, which is right here in Oakland. And we're like, man, we don't even have a space, bro. We've been praying for a space. We've been knocking. We're like, can we get a space? And he's like, well, I'll believe with you guys. We had a lot of people come around us to volunteer. Young people coming and painting and scrubbing and cleaning and working and building. It was an incredible teamwork effort to see a neighborhood gather around and help. Walking into this building, you can feel the peace and presence of God here. And it's a peaceful space, you know? That is exciting because you think do people still care? Do people, yeah, people care. And people give. And I felt like God gave us the wisdom to steward it well so that we could fight for this place to be done right.
Right.
And that matters.